Hey guys, how the hell are you? This is Islander. Welcome back to the Newsroom, your source for war robots, news, and rumors. Alright, guys, we all know that 5.1 has landed, alright? It is not in a full effect yet, alright? We did update, but the update has not brought us the pilots as of yet, alright? Let's go ahead and click on bot here. Let's see, let's do the Ao-Jun. Alright, now to the left hand side, alright, right above the health, the 192K, and right next to that the thermonuclear, the one at the very top. Okay, that little slot right there, that's gonna have a little plus, guys. And on that little plus, you're gonna tap on it, and it's gonna bring you up a list of pilots that you can choose from. Okay, now we're gonna go over the pilots in a little bit. What I'm showing you right now is that the pilots are not activated at this moment. When they do, of course, we'll be going over them pretty quick. So we're gonna do a brief thing on the pilots, because I did want to talk to you guys about that, because there's been a whole lot of chit chat going around the beehive about what these pilots and what they're going to do and how the game's going to progress and what direction are we going in. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the 5.1 update. Move over here, and we're going to go over one by one, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. This is not going to be a long newsroom, guys. All right, so what's new? Major feature: pilots, human characters with stories and personalities for the first time in war robots. Okay, so we all know that the pilots are coming. We've been trolling Kyle Rogers here for about the last 2 or 3 weeks. There's been a lot of talk about it. Okay, but we know that the pilots are here, and we're gonna go over that again in a minute, like I told you. All right. So first off, let's go over the new passive module, the anti-control. Protect yourself against lockdown and suppression. All right, let's go over this one a little bit, because this is the one module, guys, that I see being the most beneficial out of this update. Okay, and this is the one I think people are going to be using a lot. I know I'm going to get the anti-control, and that's going to go right into my pursuer. Okay, and the whole reason for this anti-control in my pursuer is going to be to hunt down the Ares. This is going to be my Ares killer if it works the way I expect it to work. Okay, now we all know that a lot of the Ares, just about every Ares out there, okay, 99.9 and 9/10 of them have some type of lockdown weapon or mechanism on the bot. Okay, and that is to prevent you from charging them, getting inside of that shield. Once you get inside that shield, okay, they're going to activate their quantum radar. They're going to be able to see you. They're going to fire on you, and that lockdown weapon is going to lock you down. Okay, now with this particular module, this anti-control, yeah, they may be able to target you when you're coming in with the quantum radar. Okay, but they're not going to be able to lock you down. Once you get inside of that shield, you can do all kinds of damage, and the only thing that's going to help them at all will be a last stand. So you're going to have a lot more of a chance defeating an Ares. Okay, and especially if they don't have a last stand, you're going to completely eat their lunch. All right, they're either ready for you or they're not. So that's one thing that I did like about this particular update, of this new modules that are going to come out, will be the anti-control. Of course, we got a lot of suppression out there. Okay, we have the invader. Okay, and now the blitz. The raker, not so much. The raker has not really posed a threat as of yet. Okay, there is a few of them out there, but they're not really as effective as the invader is, with that massive health and and the blitz. Okay, the blitz is the new one that's been up and coming. It's fast, it hits hard, it gets in and out of battles really quick. So the fact that they can no longer suppress you is really going to be a downside for the blitz more than the invader. The invader, you can just pound on it all day long, all right, and it's going to be a while before you take that bad boy out to lunch. Okay, he's going to hang in there. So out of everything I like, guys, I do like this anti-control. I want to hear your feedback and your thoughts on the anti-control. What would you use it on? We know what we're going to do. What we're going to do with it. All right, we're going to hunt down primarily Ares with these things. All right, this should be the counter to the Ares. That is my opinion. I want to know what you guys' opinion on the anti-control is. So y'all give me a little bit of feedback on that. I do like this one. Out of everything that we're getting, I do like this one the most. Okay. New active module, the advanced repair unit. Fix yourself quicker. Okay. This one we did test it out in the test server, and I was not all impressed. Yes, it does heal you rather quickly. Okay, but in my opinion, out of all the active modules that we have, okay, you know what? Did I call the top one active. I think, okay, my mistake if I did, it's a passive. That's the one that activates itself. I want to go back to the anti-control for a minute because I don't want to make a mistake. It is a passive, all right? So it takes up one of the top 2 slots or 3 slots in your bot. So the anti-control is passive. Now let's get back down to the advanced repair unit. That one is activated, okay? So you got to activate that. That's going to cost you power cells to activate it. Now, is this better than a heal module? Is this better than an anti-control module? Is this better than the lockdown module? Now, the lockdown module is used quite a bit, okay, especially in team play. You can lock down bots that are coming across the field pretty quickly. And if you're playing Beacon Rush, it is a very effective module to have. So the advanced repair unit, I really don't see this one being readily used, okay? I don't see a lot of people going out there and spending gold to get this particular module when you could be using that gold for something else a lot better, okay? Let's see what else we got here. The death mark. Out of everything that we did have, guys, the death mark was the one that I liked the least, okay? Mark an enemy for your teammates to hit harder. Now, this is the one that is going to allow your teammates to hit this guy 25% harder than they would if he's not marked, okay? So if you have a teammate that is battling somebody across the field, you can target him, okay? And when you mark him for death, then everybody that's firing on him will now have the advantage over him. This one I really dislike. I don't like being at a disadvantage or being placed at a disadvantage from a guy that's probably 800 meters away who decided to mark me for death. That one I don't like at all, okay? Now, I'm going to jump back and forth a little bit on these guys just to give you my viewpoints. Let's go back up to the anti-control. Okay, so you can avoid lockdown. Okay, now there is that lockdown module. Okay, and you pay 20 power cells for that module to activate it. Does this passive module supersede that active module? We're not going to know until it actually gets on the field. Because if you're paying for that active module, you're paying power cells to use that first primary lockdown, and this guy has had this passive, then now you're just wasting power cells on a active module that is not going to be affecting or doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm not sure how the developers are going to play that into the role. I have really no idea. Is this only going to be for lockdown weapons? Okay, that has not been specified as of yet. Okay, so we're going to wait to see what transpires out of that. Okay, but getting back to the death mark, this is the one I did like the least. I really don't see a lot of active people using death mark. I could be wrong. Okay, this might come into a lot more for team play, but I don't see people using the death mark over the quantum radar to mark somebody across the field to help somebody else out and put yourself at a disadvantage by getting jumped by a bot that has a stealth ability and you cannot defend yourself. Okay, so yes, it does have its advantage. People may put it on a bot or two, or maybe just one, just to try it out. But it is going to cost a little bit of gold to get it going. All right, so we're going to wait on that one. We're going to wait on that one and just see how it transpires. But the anti-control, guys, that one is just, I think that's going to play a real good role in this game. And out of everything that I'm going over here, guys, that one is the one I want the feedback on the most. How are you going to use it? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to use it on? And what is your primary objective of the anti-control? Is it to take on spider bots, to take on the invader? Or will you be using it a little bit more like me to take on the Ares? Okay? All right. And let's see what else we got here. Better HUD, new profile and post-combat screens, as well as advanced options for status effects and indications. Okay? We'll wait to see what all that little jibber jabber is on the bottom, and we'll come across it here pretty quick. Now, let's get to the pilots, guys. And the pilots is the one that's really created a stir up in the community. Pilots are basically another form of module, okay? The good thing about this particular module, or the good thing about a pilot would be you don't need silver to upgrade it, okay? It's going to upgrade itself as you play the game. That is a plus, okay? The fact that, we're spending our silver in so many different places right now And with the economy being where it's at and the silver payout not as high as they should be, okay, silver is a precious commodity to us. Those of us that have upgrades to do, and I think every single one of us in this game just about still has upgrades that they're focusing on. So the fact that we don't have to spend silver on our pilots is a plus, okay? The bad thing, guys, is there are so many of them. There are so many pilots, so many combinations, and every time that your pilot gets to level 10, okay, it's going to cost you a little bit of gold, or I'm assuming a little bit of gold because we don't know what the numbers are yet, but it's going to cost you some gold to advance them from private to corporal, from corporal to sergeant, from sergeant to lieutenant, and so on up the line, all right, until you get them maxed out. What is the cost? We have yet to know that, but we do know it's gold according to the video, okay? Now, getting back to the pilots, okay, you're going to have your basic free pilots, and I see these being a big plus, okay, because there are only so many of the advanced pilots. So your basic pilots are going to be a lot more readily available, and these are the ones that I'm going to see being are ones I assume are going to be getting utilized a whole lot more. Not everybody's going to have a whole lot of gold to go out and drop on the advanced pilots, okay? And if you're running a hangar like the one I have, okay, where I have an Invader, I have an Ares, I have a Pursuer, I have the Heishi, I have the Ao-Jun, okay, I have no need for a Kyle Rogers, okay? Kyle Rogers will not make it into my lineup because the Inquisitor is just not a bot that I run anymore, okay? Between the Inquisitor and the Mercury, I think the Mercury is the better fit, okay, even though he does have the two lighter weapons. So at this time, you won't need, if you're not running an Inquisitor, you don't need a Kyle Rogers, okay? But you may have an Ares, and you might need, I don't know what that girl's name is, but that elite poly, you might want to try and target that one if you get the opportunity to get your hands on it, okay? And you have the spare change in gold-wise to grab it, then you may want to grab it, and that would be more beneficial to you for that particular bot, okay? But as far as everything else, there are so many different abilities, and the pilots are going to be based upon what type of setups you have on that bot, okay? My question is, later on, let's say I'm running the Heishi Scourges, okay? But later on, I want to change those to Heishi Coronas, all right? Now, I have had that bot or that pilot maxed out on everything for the Scourges, okay? And now I equip that Heishi with Coronas. Where does that go from there? I know we keep the advancement that we got, but do we need to retrain the abilities? There's still a lot of confusion on the pilots, even with the video that they did put out, which gave a fair understanding of everything they were doing. I think there's just so much more into it, and I had questions, and you guys for sure had a lot of questions because you guys were messaging me all your questions, okay? So as far as the pilots, let's see. No, let's hold on here. This came out in the video. This was in the recent video that they gave, and Stan says that there are 214,155,551 different varieties of the modules, pilots, or weapons, and all these different combinations. Now, this was just a number that he made up. This was not an accurate number, but he did state in the video, okay, here I just made that number up, but you kind of get the idea. Okay, now, with all these variables, all these possibilities, all these different options, okay, nobody, guys, and I mean nobody, all right, is going to have the resources to get all of those pilots to put together all of these combinations. It's not feasibly possible. You are going to target a specific bot with specific weapons, like I'm going to be targeting a pilot for my Pursuer, that's going to go with the Gust and the Halo setup that I got. And whatever is the best pilot for that particular setup that I can get, that's the one I'm going to be using, even if it's a free one. Okay, I didn't see any legendary pilots for the Pursuer. So there may not be one. Does that mean I'm not going to run my Pursuer? Of course I'm going to run my Pursuer. Okay, that's one of the best bots in my hangar. It's the one I'm probably the most skilled with, and I'm very effective as far as taking on Ares and Invaders and these other big bots that I probably shouldn't be attacking with it. I do very effective with it, okay? The same with the Heishi. Me and my clan members have a lot of discussions, and a lot of them will tell me, I don't know why you still run the Heishi, it's junk. Well, Okay, it might be junk to somebody else. To them it's trash. To me, it's a treasure. Okay, I run that Heishi, and I'm still very effective with it. So it's about the way you handle your bot. Okay, the way you can move on it, the way you play it. How skillful are you with that bot? Do you know each time you're going to go up against a competitor and you see an Inquisitor coming at you, do you know how you're going to attack it? You see an Ares coming at you, do you have a game plan for that? You see the Ao-Jun, what are you going to do when you see that Ao-Jun take flight? Okay, you got to have a game plan for just about every bot you're going to encounter with the particular bots that you are best at. Okay, will you ever see me running a Mercury, even though it is a very viable bot? No. Why? Because everybody who plays this game and who has gone up against me knows that Islander completely sucks 100% inside of a Mercury. I'm just bad, okay? You have guys like my boy Sucker Punch who run 2 Mercuries in his hangar and very effective with them, all right? He's just a solid pilot when it comes to the Mercury, and even after the meta change and the nerf that it took, my boy can still run those Mercuries and do outstanding, okay? I wouldn't be able to kill a Corsac in a Mercury. I'm just that bad with it. That's why I stick to the bots that I'm better with. And each and every one of you will have a skill set for particular bots that you like to run. Okay? So we'll keep an eye on all of that as it transpires. Let's go back into the loading screen. And the only message I want to get to you guys with that last screenshot that I showed you of the 214 million, whatever, blah, 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 hundreds of thousands, variations, guys, is don't get your feathers all ruffled up. Don't get anxious and full of animosity right now, because nobody, like I said, is going to have the ability to get all of those combinations, all right? People might start off with 1 pilot or 2 pilots here, and they're going to try and train them. You're not going to see a whole lot of people going in and filling up all of their hangars. You might have 1 or 2 very rare players out there that are going to go and buy everything up, in the first shot. But it's not going to be a whole lot of them, and you will not be running into those type of players on a daily basis. Okay, you might run into a player that has 1 pilot for 1 bot, trying to train them up, and this is going to be a slow process, guys. The pilots is going to be an extremely slow process, in my opinion. As of right now, we don't have them, so it's too early to really place judgment. But if I were to give a prediction for it, it's going to be a very slow process. Okay, nobody's going to be able to go out there and just get everything right away, right off the bat, because you remember, you still got to train them all up. Okay, so this is a marathon as far as the pilots are going to be concerned. It's not a sprint. It's not see who can get them all as quick as possible, as fast as possible, and then you go change the weapons or change the setups, or new weapons come out, and you got to retrain that pilot on those weapons. You see kind of where I'm going with this, guys. So don't get your feathers all ruffled up and be very discouraged about the pilots, okay? Because you might get 1, you might have 2, but you're gonna play it very cautious, as I'm gonna play it very cautious. Unless it's something that I'm really gonna be targeting. I'm gonna wait, okay? I'm gonna let all this happen, all this start to transpire, and I'm gonna watch what everybody's doing. I'm gonna listen to you guys that are giving me feedback. Okay, I'm gonna watch the community, see what they're doing. I'm gonna watch the other YouTubers, see what kind of videos they're putting out on these pilots. And before you go and start investing a lot on anything, guys, make sure you know exactly what you're getting, exactly what your target pilot is, and what you're gonna use it for. Okay, because one mistake with pilots, guys, can probably be pretty costly. It's gonna cost you to make a mistake. Okay, so mistakes is something we don't want to make. So let's go through this process together. Feedback, guys, between you and I, you and me, and you and other YouTubers, and trade information. All right, we all gonna need information as far as how these things are operating, what is working for you, what didn't work for me, and so on down the line. Okay, I'm glad that I have the open communication with a lot of you guys that I have. If it's not in the comment section below, it is on Messenger, and Messenger is a big tool for me because it's where I exchange a majority of my conversations with you guys daily. Okay, those of you all that are new to the channel and don't know, you can look me up on Facebook. All right, hit me up on Facebook under Eddie Ayala, EDDIEAYALA. Okay, send me a friend request and send me a message as well, so that I know that you're coming from my channel. Okay, and that you're a subscriber and you want to trade conversation. I'll be more than happy to accept you. Okay, those of y'all that have already sent me friend requests but have not sent me a message or forgot to send me a message, make sure you send me a message that I know that you're coming from the channel, because I get tons of friend requests daily, okay? And I'm not really looking for people to squad with, all right? I got all that down already. What I'm looking for is subscribers that are coming from the game and want to have conversations about this game that we all play together, this game that we all love, okay, and how I can help make you better and how you can help make me better, guys, all right? Guys, this was the Newsroom. This is update 5.1, and it has landed, all right? I can't wait to hear from you guys. I do want to have y'all's feedback, and I'm ready to change conversations once this thing gets going, all right? We will be talking a lot. Guys, if you're new to this channel, hit that sub button. Also, hit that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss any of the stuff we're going to have coming up here, especially about the pilots, all right? And if you did like this video, guys, knock the hell out of that like. I really do appreciate it, and it helps me out. And until we talk again, boys, this is Islander signing out.